If you care about
Break
people
now.
dying,
Break
if you care
now.
about people
Break.
dying, thousands of people
Now.
are dying today
Break.
in Sudan.
Why we seem to have so much anti-Semitism in this country at the moment, mainly amongst younger people.
I don't think that's the case. I think that you saying, and you're not the only one who says it, Michael Gove the other day came out on the news and
don't compare me with him, please.
Quite similar,
well, he accused my party of being anti-Semitic as well as other people in connection with this issue of Palestine, because actually what we have in the moment in Britain is a huge movement developing over Palestine. Obviously across different universities we've seen these encampments starting, students coming out
getting very violent.
They're not getting violent,
They're
actually.
not. I've seen some.
Or did you see the video of the police in Oxford just a couple of days ago arresting students and assaulting students?
They weren't assaulting
in America
them, they were arresting
as well.
them. And if a policeman arrests you, the best thing to do, and I've been arrested once or twice, the best thing to do is just to go quietly, okay? Rather than telling them to, well, whatever students feel they should be able to tell a policeman, if they're going to put the handcuffs on you, let them do it, take you to the police station, sort it out there. If you want to fight, then they'll probably have
so
a
you admit
fight.
the police are being violent then?
No, I
towards
don't.
the
I admit
protesters?
that the police, I don't think they're being tough enough. I think the people who are screaming from the river to the sea, death to Jews, various other horrific things that I know you probably deny, but they keep on shouting them. It's
and never about any other warfare.
And they
never
aren't
about
shouting them
Syria.
in that. They aren't shouting them in that video. And that's,
They project it onto the Big Ben, didn't they?
The video bit showed a policeman fairly strenuously arresting a couple of guys,
and it's
or a
not
couple
just
of policemen.
there, it's on all of the protests.
Well, then don't go
the
and
police
make such a
have
nuisance
been...
of yourself.
So you don't think people have the right to protest?
Not
You
in
think
that
people
way,
have the right
not
to
in a
protest?
violent way, not in a violent way.
I think really what this represents
Go on,
is
tell us.
the media.
Because you're quite young and you've got no idea what you're talking about,
Right,
have
so the
you? You're
media
annoying me
and
already.
other people are doing everything they can to shut down people talking about
That's rubbish.
what's happening.
We've
in
got you
Gaza.
in here.
You've just done it now. You're speaking over
haven't
me.
Well, we've
shut
actually
you down.
got you here. We wouldn't even have you here if that was
Okay,
correct, would
sure.
we?
So what I'm saying is that the police and Suella Braverman and other people have tried very, very hard to clamp down on the Palestine movement, and that's really what makes you angry. That's what makes other people angry, is the fact that actually the Palestine movement is growing despite the fact that you and others keep trying to smear it. The reason why politicians and other presenters, particularly in Britain and particularly in the West, are doing so much to try and pretend that Israel has the right to do what it's doing is because Israel is a key ally of Western imperialism, a key ally of America in that whole region. The US and Israel have a trade relationship worth billions. And it's not just the US, there's multinational corporations that are advertising real estate in Gaza. What this comes down to is imperialist interests across the whole of the Middle East and the drive to continue that going, because British imperialism many, many years ago, nearly 100 years ago, took land that wasn't theirs and tried to give it away to another people. And that was a crime, and it's a crime that has continued ever since then up until now, and the Palestinians are suffering a horrific experience because of that. And what I'm interested in is organising people, is organising students to fight against that, to fight against
What's your
a
goal,
genocide.
though? What's the goal, though?
And my goal is to end capitalism. My goal is to end imperialism.
Your goal,
my goal is to stop
Your goal is to end...
war.
You've had more than 2 minutes, right. Your goal is to stop fascism, what you're saying, fascism and war and killing and everything else. But you're prepared to fight to do that, physically fight to do that.
I'm not physically fighting anyone. I'm trying to organise students. I'm trying to organise young
people. You want them to fight.
I want mass demonstrations.
Yeah.
I want a mass movement.
That's talking about violence. You're quite happy with the violence to get your
violence.
way. Well, you are.
I haven't said anything about violence.
Now, you said your 2 minutes. Hang on, you said your 2
violence.
minutes, and you blamed the media, the politicians, Western imperialism, and all of that stuff that's made you have the life you have. You have to... No,
well, only two, but I just want to
2
ask you, I mean, what should Israel have done in response to that October the 7th attack?
Israel should never have started the Nakba
All right,
in the first place with the backing
but what
of
should it
Western
have done?
imperialism
Okay.
and the expulsion of
So should it have just done
700,000
nothing after?
Palestinians.
Should it have just done nothing on
Why?
October 7th?
What
should it have done?
Not what it is currently doing.
What should
And
it have
it's
done on
not just
October
about-
11th?
it's not
What
about-
should it have done
What
on
about
October
October the
11th?
6th? What about October the 5th?
Well, they were firing
what
missiles
about the
then as well.
last, how many
They've been firing missiles
decades
for 20 years.
in which Israel has been sowing all of the
They
violence
left
in
lock,
that
stock and
whole
barrel in
region?
2005.
Sorry?
They left in 2005 lock, stock and barrel.
Are you suggesting that the Israeli state hasn't been continually oppressing and using violence
they've
and
been
attacking
firing missiles,
all
Hamas.
of the Palestinians?
What they did, Israel left in
trapping them
2005.
in an
Well, hold on, let me
open-air
answer
prison.
that.
Go,
Just a minute.
David.
If you don't like living in this country, which obviously you don't, why don't you go and live somewhere where it's better than Britain? You've slagged us off.
Why would I live somewhere else when I
because
can
obviously
change
you
this
don't like
country?
this country.
Because I can. Why would I live somewhere else when I can change the country
You can't
that I
change
live in?
this country.
Okay.
You won't change it.
Well, let's wait and see, because the truth
The
is
wokists are
there
going,
so
and
many
we are getting
people,
back to how we used to
The defining
be.
feature of politics in this country is that young people hate the political establishment. They hate the status
I have
quo.
been young.
It's not all
And
about
they-
young people. Why do you think young people have more of a
Why do
more
you
of a
think
say?
you have
It's
more
not
of a
just
say?
young people. The
you
majority
think
of
young
people,
people are more important?
The majority
But the
of people,
majority of people
the
don't
majority
agree
of
with
peop-
you.
The majority
And you just
of
laugh a
people
lot.
in Britain don't support what
Why
the
do you
government
think
is
this
doing
is
in
funny,
Gaza.
by the way?
They don't support.
If you had a sensible and serious face, I'd take you more seriously. But you've smiled, and you're doing it now throughout what I think is one of the most dangerous times. I think we are on the verge of the Third World War.
Right.
And I don't consider people like you will be of any use whatsoever, because you get called up to go to the forces. You won't go, will you?
I
Will
don't
you?
think we're on the verge of the Third World
Well,
War.
I think we
And
are,
if we-
particularly with people who are behaving
Funny,
in the way
isn't it?
you
Yeah, very
are.
funny.
But it's funny, is it? It's funny. Do you know how many people get killed in a world war?
Oh, so you
I know
do
you're
care about people dying.
I said
but
that
not
at the beginning.
Palestinians, but you're
I care
lying.
about.
You're a hypocrite. If you cared about
Break
people
now.
dying,
Break
if you cared
now.
about people
Break
dying, thousands of people
now.
are dying today
Break.
in Sudan.